Hi, if you're a Scorpio born October 23rd to November 21st, what can you expect for the month of July 2017? Let's tune in and find out. So right away I see, Scorpio, that you can pick and choose. Now it may be a hectic time, but I still see that you're able to create time in your life where you can pick and choose what you want to do or how long you want to do it. So there is, even though if we feel like we're covered up with stuff, there's even time that we can then pick and choose how we feel. So just know that you're going to come into July feeling like you have no choice, and you actually do have choice. So just know that. That's why it's coming up right away, because you may feel, wow, my throat just closed. You may feel smothered up. You may feel covered. You may feel like you have no time to yourself. You may feel exhausted and spent. But just know that you can choose how you're feeling and how you're going to be in the moment. And that in itself is going to give you relief. That in itself is going to open a space for you to have room to breathe and to be able to see things differently, so things can actually then be differently. So you have the ability to pick and choose about your feelings and how you're experiencing life. Now, there is a new moon in Cancer on June 23rd, and that new moon in Cancer sort of overrides all of the signs. And Cancers are super sensitive people, right? They're very intuitive. They're also very sensitive. They're very empathetic. So what that means for us is that we may find that we inadvertently are stepping on people's toes, or that we could get away with saying, our normal tone of voice, saying our normal thing that we say, and suddenly the person is in puddles in front of me, or is accusing me of bullying them, or accusing me of, whatever. So just be aware of your tone and what you're saying. And Scorpio goes both ways. It also means that your feelings could get hurt, and that you could find yourself, being extra vulnerable and going like, what's wrong with me? What, am I hormonal? What's happening here, right? Normally I'm tough. So just know that that is the Cancerian effect that's affecting everybody. So relationships may be a little more awkward. We need a little more patience. We need to be able to assess a situation before we just jump right in and give our opinion. So just know that's what's going on the first couple of weeks of July. So now let's look at your relationships. For those of you in a coupled romantic relationship, what do you have in store for you, Scorpios, for July? So you're going to have some patience with your partner. Give them time to communicate. Scorpios, you guys are so intuitive. You know right away when something's off with your partner. You know right away when something's up. And it is very hard for you not to say something. It's very hard for you not to flush it out. And it's just like, say it already. Let's get this, talk about it, and get it over with. But your partner may not know, they're processing something, right? They're in a process with something. So what you're being asked to do this month is have patience with your partner. Give them some room to go through whatever they're going through. Don't rush them, to get over something, or to rush them to feel something that they don't feel. You're just being asked to give them space to experience it on their own. And if you can do that, you're going to have a really great month with your partner. They're going to appreciate it. They're going to notice that you're being more thoughtful, that you're giving them more room to be themselves, and that's all they want. So I feel like by the end of the month, certainly even before the end of the month, by July 20th, 23rd, we have a new moon in Leo, and this will have passed, and you'll be just right as rain with your partner, and you won't have to work so hard. Things will be back more to normal, and you'll feel like, oh, okay, I passed the test, right? I've walked away or kept my mouth shut. That restriction that helps us to really have a better relationship. So you're going to need some of that patience early on in the month with your partner. And this could also mean partnerships at work. It could be a coworker. It could be, somebody at the gym. It could be your trainer. People just might rub you the wrong way, and you just want to, here's the other thing about Scorpios. You guys can see what's missing. You can see what's wrong, and you want to change it, right? You want to help people. Some people don't want help. Some people want to be left alone. They just want to stay in their misery. So check that out, know that, and keep your fingers out of the workings, right? Because what can happen this month with people being extra sensitive and you seeing how to correct it and then offer that advice, they may just come at you full force, okay? We don't want that, and especially you don't want it with a stranger. You don't want to inject yourself. If you see like two strangers going at it, stay clear, because the energy is so volatile, and we don't know them, they're strangers. A lot of people may find themselves acting out and being, uncontrollable. And so listen, you guys have super instincts, so just stay clear of those situations, trust your instincts, and you'll be fine. Okay, so for those of you that are single looking for love, what's available for you this month? So if you just take care of yourself first, be calm, be careful. Scorpios can sometimes go into a depression or lonely or moody, right? Just you want to avoid that. You want to keep your own spirits up. You want to keep yourself buoyed, right? And by doing that, you're going to find that there's time in these first couple of weeks for you. Time to take care of you, time to nurture you, kind of like giving yourself a timeout. Nature would be really good for you. Anytime that you can walk away or go watch a sunset, it's going to calm your nerves. It's going to make you feel more open and loving. And then as we move towards the end of the month, you're going to find a more social atmosphere. You're going to feel like you're going to want to socialize more. You're going to find an ease. And I really see it coming into your life in the form of a friend. It could be a relationship that's been a friend in the past, somebody who's been a friend in the past, and now something has shifted in your energy together, and now all of a sudden there's this sexual energy and romance that wasn't there before. So it could even be an old lover that you've been friends with for the last couple of years, and all of a sudden there's this reigniting of energy that's happening with you with this former lover that you haven't maybe seen in a couple of years. Or it could even be just a friend that you've never had a relationship with, and all of a sudden there's this new dynamic happening. So just know this new energy is opening up at the new moon of Leo around July 23rd, and then again all through August, because there's a second new moon in Leo, which is actually a total solar eclipse, and it's actually going to happen in the US, which is like the first time in 100 years that we're having this total solar eclipse next month. August 21st. So that's going to also continue to accentuate the possibility for you to be in a new love relationship. Now, for some of you Scorpios that are bored with your current relationship, this energy here in the first couple of weeks of July may be the final straw. You may find that it breaks away. You may find that it's irreparable. You may find like good riddance. Finally, I've had enough. So some of you may be getting out of relationships in these first 3 weeks of July that have been hanging by a thread. Listen, if you don't know it, and I say it now, it's not going to come as a surprise to you. If you go, what? What's she talking about? I'm not talking to you. Who I'm talking to, they already know that they're on their last leg with this person, and it's just having the courage to, cut it and be done. So there's that potential for some of you Scorpios the first couple of weeks to rid yourself of a relationship that's been lingering and you've been sort of, checked out for a while. Okay, so now let's look at money for Scorpios, what you can expect for July. Okay, so you're going to have a lot of opportunity this month, especially with your creativity and with your voice, whether it's singing, whether it's writing, whether it's speaking, or communications. There's, even if it might be that you have a great idea and you sketch it out and you get a chance to present it, right? So there's this energy or force for you to have new opportunity and a new vision and to be instrumental in communicating it to somebody else that makes it fly. That gets the green light. So just know that there's big opportunities all month for your success, Sagittarius, in your career advancement and with money. And especially if you're writing, write anything that has to do with your creative art, write, singing, dance, anything that uses the creative, your athleticism, that channels, that muse, that energy, that allows things to manifest, Sagittarius, you're likely to be really successful this month with it. Okay, let's look at, and that's going to improve your money. That, if there's something that you want this month, you know, especially after the 20th, go for it. The first couple of weeks, you might get some green lights to go, but be tenuous, be careful, because people are freaking moody. So you don't know what you're walking into. You want to be genuine, of course, but there's also this full moon in Capricorn, July 8th and 9th, that creates some friction with the new moon of Cancer. It's not like they don't really get along, the Cancer and the Capricorn energy. So there's this little bit of friction. Cancer is really sensitive, Capricorn's real matter of fact, and so there can be this, conflict that happens around the July 8th and 9th. So just be aware that there's conflict around those times. I wouldn't, schedule a meeting during that time. I would wait. And if I were going to schedule an important meeting, I would wait till that new moon in Leo happens on July 23rd, and those following days, right, would be fine if you're going to have a meeting for your career advancement. Okay, so let's look at your health, Scorpios. So for some of you, it feels like sinus pressure and also hormone balancing, the hypothalamus, pituitary. It feels like you may need some balancing around that. I've got some stress happening, so my head hurts a little bit. You may be dealing with headaches or sinuses going down into the neck. And then for others, again with the throat, closing up or not being able to speak up. So there will be some openings for you to have more understanding for your health, again, towards the end of the month. Earlier in the month, it's really about not zapping yourself, not using all of your resources or all of your energy. It's really about doing your best to rest when you can rest, because I know you're bottled up. There's a lot happening for you. You're smothered, a lot of you are, with things to do or opportunity or obligation. So you want to, rest when you can. Take care of yourself. By the end of the month, you have a little more breathing room and opportunity to heal. Okay, so let's look at any surprises for Scorpio for the month. Yeah, there may be a nice happening or event with family at the end of the month. You may get a week's vacation. You may get to spend time with some of your favorite aunts and uncles or cousins or relatives or your husband's family or your wife's family. So there's some nice family connection orientation happening the last week that really soothes your nerves and is a lot of fun. I see things definitely more social for you. There may be a surprise visit or maybe a surprise trip. Somebody may even surprise you with something. Your partner or your potential partner may plan a surprise weekend to go away. So it feels really fun and free and a good time. So all in all, Scorpio, a really great month. A lot of ingenuity, a lot of creativity for you. It's just a matter of balancing your own energies, assessing a room or a situation before you speak up, so that you're not attacked and you're not made to be out something that you're not, because people are overly sensitive. So all in all, a terrific month. So Scorpios, I hope you like my intuitive astrology. If you do, please click like. Feel free to comment below and share with your friends. And I look forward to connecting with you again next month.